Okay. Sorry about that. We were having some technical difficulties. My bad. We were having some technical difficulties. I apologize. Sorry. I was working on it and it took me a second. And now we're getting there and now I'm like rushing to grab everything and get everything set up. I'm like trying to get everything set up. Sorry. I'm like 1 second. Sorry. All right. Now we're ready to go. Now we're ready to go. I'm only somewhat late. I am only somewhat late. It just took me a second. Okay? Just took me a second. I knew I'd figure it out. I knew I'd figure it out. It just took me a second. Okay? I was struggling there for a second. You know, I do this every day, right? And it's so easy to just like get on and just be like, click, and then people are watching you. Like it's so much easier to do that. And then as soon as like the slightest glitch happens, it's like everything's gone. It just all of a sudden it was just everything back on now. So we're good. We're here. We're here. I'm excited. Are you guys excited? I'm excited. You guys, I'm excited. Yeah, it's just, and it could just be one little thing that's just messed up. And there's, like I said, you guys don't see what I see, right? I wish I could turn a camera and like point what I see out to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Cuz y'all just see, me. You see the room, you see my face, you see whatever, right? You don't see which is just screens of just data and my face just all over. It's just screams of data and my face all over the place. It's just screens of my it's pretty crazy. And just one little tiny itsy bitsy number, letter, something, anything could just be off. Uh-oh. Did I lose it over here? You still good? All right, there we go. Yeah, one little number, letter, anything off, just whole thing gone. It's wild. It's wild. But we made it. How's everybody doing on this Wednesday? This has been a trying Wednesday. I will tell you that much. It's been a trying Wednesday. Thank you so much, Lauren and Olivia. I really appreciate it. Was that Lauren and Olivia? I know I saw Olivia with the pumpkin. Oh, it was Olivia and Olivia. Olivia and Olivia. Thank you so much for that. For the for the pumpkins there. I appreciate that. It's been a trying Wednesday. That's okay. Okay. We're gonna do this. We're gonna see how the conversations go. We're gonna try to have some good conversations tonight. I'm not gonna lie, I might dip into thank you, Olivia. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Um may dip into, the adult beverages a little bit at some point. We'll see what's up. Tati, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Might dip into that a little bit later on this evening. We'll see. We'll see how it's going. Corey, I have pretty much already given up on that league. I can't win. I suck. Ryan, I just got on Queen Bee. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I just got back on it. It's been wild out here in these streets today. It's been wild out here in these streets. Not yet. Right now, I still got my protein shake. Okay. All right. Right now, I still got my protein shake. I'm still kind of post workout here. So I had to get that taken care of. Silent Night says, I agree with 99% of what you say. I didn't realize you were 0-5, Corey. My bad. I really didn't. I totally was like self-absorbed there. I said, this person, I agree with 99% of what you agree. You know what? That's way higher than normal. Florida, Flower, thank you so much. Honestly, I think that if you agree with like 75% of what I say, Flower Child, thank you so much for that. I think if you agree with like 75% of what I say, like we're pretty much twins. Right? It's hard to agree 100% with anybody. It's hard to agree 100% with anybody. That's a lot of agreement. You know? That's what I'm saying. All of us said I don't even agree 100% with myself, and I feel that. Okay, I feel that on like a real level. Okay, I feel that on a real level. I can't even get 100% with myself. There's only really like two things I know 100%. I 100% agree with myself, and that's that I like tacos and tequila. Those two things don't change. Okay. That's it. I don't turn down tacos or tequila. Okay? If you offer it to me, I will have it. All right? Yes, please. As long as they're good tacos, of course. Like I'm not talking about like Jose and Taco Bell, okay? Like I'm talking about like real tacos and like real tequila. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not. I disagree. Those things change what time. if you disagree with that part, like I don't know. Like I do question our friendship here. And if you're not a partaker in the adult beverages, okay, just agreeing with the taco side makes us totally cool. All right. Your choice of food can change. Yes, my choice of food can change. All I am saying is that I am just under 2 months away from being 39. Okay. And I've gone through my realms on tequila, but tacos has never changed. The first time I had a taco, I was like, I love this. And to this day, I still love it. If I'm not hungry and you offer me tacos, I'm going to take it. I'm going to eat it not hungry. I'm just saying. Just saying. If you're like, if I'm like, if I'm like, I just ate and you're like, I have some like some like real like Mexican street tacos, I'm gonna be like, I didn't eat that much. Someone said I called you and it went to voice bill. It went to my voice bill. Are you paying my voice bill now? That's awesome. Thank you so much, Bernie, for that pumpkin. I appreciate that. Because I haven't opened up my phone lines yet because I'm talking about tacos. Okay. As soon as I'm done talking about tacos, then I'm gonna open up the phone lines. Which will be in just a minute. But as you guys are coming in, please make a comment in the comment box. Say hi. Okay? Come say hi. Say hi to everyone. Be cool in here. Or don't be cool. But definitely say something in the chat so we know this thing's going. It helps the services know that the streaming, our streaming platform overlords. It helps let them know that you actually like the stream when you're talking in here. Okay? It lets them know that. it lets our streaming overlords know that you guys are here and you guys are enjoying the show. Okay? If you guys sit there all quiet, they get confused. All right. So it's really, really helpful. All right. We're about to get this thing started. Bake, thank you so much for the 500 jewels to start off the live. I really appreciate that. W's in the chat for Bake. And Silent9 with the first super chat of the day. Thank you so much for that $5 super chat. A big W's in the chat for Silent. Said, I watched this Republican stream and they kept lying and said, move on with the Epstein files. Like, why are some so strange? Dude, we are now at invade Portland to distract from the Epstein files. Isn't that crazy? Whoever thought we would make it this far? We aren't, our Washington fought the British, Lincoln fought the Confederacy, Roosevelt fought the Germans, and Trump fought Portland, Oregon. He fought that's his we've come so far. Thank you, Silent. and Trump fought Portland, Oregon. Okay. A bunch of 420 freaking hippies. That's who he took down. All right, phone lines are now open. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. We're going to get this thing started. If you guys would like to support the live, first of all, make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, as you've seen, I have super chats and stuff open. I like to throw those up in between callers and we get to have a good time. Have some jokes, have some fun. Thank you so much, Tati. Have some jokes, have some fun. Enjoy the time with some super chats and stuff like that. And it's a great way to support the live. Also, please consider becoming a member. That's always a great way, or a super fan. That is a great way to support the live also. So I really, really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hi. Can you mute that television, please?
My bad. I'm having a bad connection. What you say?
Mute the television, or I'm hanging up. That's what I said.
All right.
All right. We're gonna move on to the next caller, because this was not a difficult first request, and I'm not waiting that long to get there. Yeah, think about becoming a member or a subscriber. That's always really fun. We can do all that great stuff. Also, do remember too, there are multiple variations of the stream. So if you're watching in different formats, there's different ways that you can watch the live too, which is really cool. Did you not hear me talking? I'm sorry. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello. I support Trump. Yes, I do.
Okay. How old are you?
18. I was born in 2006, November 14th.
Okay. Who was president when you were born?
What?
Who was president when you were born?
George Bush.
Oh, okay. So what's on your mind?
Well, I really like his immigration bill. I think he's doing a good job with that.
You think he's doing a good job by sending masked ICE agents into cities that don't want them, to take migrants that they don't want gone and throw them into vans, separating them from their children, to deport them to terrorism prisons and to countries they're not from.
Well, I think it's necessary.
Why is that
Well, not
necessary?
like- I mean, there's like illegal immigrants in here that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris just let in, and I think
That doesn't answer any of what I
you
just
know,
said. Maybe you should try concentrating this time. Okay. I said, so you're okay with Donald Trump sending the military in to cities that don't want them there to take out
military,
people.
no.
Well, that's what he's doing.
But-
Okay. He just took the military and invaded Portland, Oregon, and Chicago, Illinois, against the will of the people in those cities, against the will of the mayors of those cities, against the governors of those cities, and against the citizens of those cities.
I don't support everything that he does, but I think that it's necessary to get the like undocumented immigrants out because they are hurting our country. But like the way he's doing it is very like inhumane, and I can tell that. But it's just unnecessary.
So it's necessary to be inhumane.
Not exactly what I'm saying, but
That's
you can take
literally
it that
exactly
way.
what you just said.
I suppose so.
So why is inhumanity ever necessary?
Okay. I have no argument for this. Wait
You
a
know
minute.
why you
Oh,
don't
I
have an
can-
argument for this?
Why?
Because there is no argument for this. Okay?
I
Because treating
suppose
people
so.
inhumanely, okay, is not necessary to control immigration. Treating people inhumanely is not necessary to deport undocumented migrants. Treating people inhumanely does not do anything to help our society or our situation whatsoever, because it's indefensible. And you supporting Donald Trump is supporting something that is indefensible.
You got me on that one.
Damn right I did. No, I'm just joking. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm going to move on to the next person, all right? Have a good day. Hello, how are you? Hello? All right, guess no one's here on this one. We're going to wait for the next call. Really appreciate it. We should get there very quickly. If you guys support Trump, and please be over the age of 18, preferably a little bit older so you know, I don't know, your head from your ass.
What?
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you? Hey, I finally turned my TV off for you. I hope it sounds all good.
Yeah, it's great. So how old are you?
I'm 23 years old.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yeah, I got the hat on right now.
That's weird.
How's that weird?
How's it weird to wear a hat for a president? That's very strange.
People have done it all the time throughout history. I'm just representing.
They have? That's weird. It's weird throughout history.
I don't see how. I mean, if you support
did you-
somebody,
Did you wear the hat for like a substitute teacher you had in high school?
no, I didn't support her.
You didn't support her. Why not?
Especially a substitute. You don't even see a substitute on the daily.
You don't see the president on the daily either.
I hear him and I listen to like what he's saying on the daily.
Oh, okay. Well, what about your just normal teacher? How about your principal? Did you wear a hat for your principal?
No, most principals are kind of like dicks.
Oh. Donald Trump's also a dick.
He's a funny dick though. Like principals are all they're like mean dicks.
Oh, gotcha. Maybe for your mayor? Do you wear a hat for your mayor?
I do not wear a hat for Mike DeWine. No,
Oh. What about your congressman?
no.
Who else do you wear a hat for that's a public servant in the United States?
I mean, the Cleveland Cavaliers are like publicly on TV.
You know what? That's a great example. I'm glad you brought them up. And why do you wear a hat for the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Because they're my team. I support them.
You support them. You're a fan.
Just like the Republican Party. I support the Republican Party.
No, you're a fan. That's why you support them. You don't give your allegiance to the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? Like if the Cleveland Cavaliers went out and freaking, I don't know, murdered a small family, you wouldn't be like, I wear this hat, I support them, right? Like you wouldn't do that, right?
No, but like I mean that's not what like That's what Republicans are doing.
I didn't say anything about Republicans, sir. You're not wearing a Republicans hat. You're wearing a Trump hat. That's different. All right. What I'm saying is
the
that you're
Republican Party hat.
No, it's not. The Republican Party is not MAGA.
A good amount is.
A good amount of the a good part of people that aren't in the Republican Party are MAGA, and a good part of the Republican Party are not MAGA at all. Yeah, the Republican Party is not MAGA.
I say a good amount of it is. I mean, you can think what you want to think.
I didn't say a good amount of it was. But if a good amount of the Republican Party is MAGA, it doesn't make the Republican Party MAGA. It makes a good part of the Republican Party MAGA. See the difference?
And how's the world work? Are we going off majority rule or minority rule? I think the world works majority rule.
Sir, in order for the Republican Party to be MAGA, it wouldn't be majority. It would have to be all of. Okay? It would have to be all. I'll give you an example. Okay? The Republican Party is conservative.
Yeah.
Okay? If you're a Republican, it's because you're a conservative.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, Republican Party is the conservative party. Okay, you're not like a Republican and you're a communist, right? Like it doesn't work that way, right?
Okay.
Because that's who they are. That is their core. That is who they are. MAGA.
But say majority of them were communists.
The majority of them aren't communists.
I'm giving a hypothetical, but like, what if they were?
Then I would say there are some. Then I would say that the majority of Republicans
in that party is that.
No, I would say that the majority of people in that party are communist.
Well, I think we should get to the nitty gritty. This is like pointless what we're talking about here.
No, it's not. It has a very good point. You wear the hat of the Cleveland Cavaliers because you're a fan of them. Okay, you're a fan. That's what fans do. I have my Lakers hat over here. I can grab it if you want. Right? I have my Lakers hat over here, and I have my Chargers hat downstairs because I'm fans of those teams. I root for them. Like I jersey up on Sundays. I wear my jersey. I go out, hang out because they're a sports team, right? And that's what we do. Right? That's what we do with sports teams, right? We root for them, right? And the whole point of, you know what fan is like short for?
No, I don't.
It's short for fanatic. Okay. It literally means to just like to without reason, right? Like I am a Charger fan. I will let the Chargers affect my entire Sunday and part of my Monday. Okay. And they have no idea who I am. Right? Yeah. Like they have no idea of my existence. I do not matter to them whatsoever. They are off someplace being millionaires without me. And for some reason, I will watch them and let them affect my entire Saturday or entire Sunday. Right? Because that's what fans do. Right? It's not logical. All right. So to have that same exact attitude.
It's not logical to support somebody? Is that what you're saying?
To support a sports team? No. It's not logical to support a sports team. Okay, we do it because we enjoy the sports. It's the exact opposite of logic, actually.
I mean, I think you're overthinking it. You're trying to get a little.
No, sir, I'm not overthinking it. I'm just thinking about it. You should try it.
I should try to not support. What should I try? What are you saying?
You should try to think about it for a second.
Think of how me supporting the Cleveland Cavaliers isn't logical.
It's not. What do you get out of supporting the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Excitement during watching a game.
You get excitement. You can get excitement from all sorts of things.
Yeah, I mean, you can have multiple hobbies.
Yeah, but
one of my hobbies is watching the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, but what do you get out of it? It's just a hobby. It's just something that you watch. But letting them affect your mood or buying gear for them.
Entertainment.
Sir, I watch Netflix. I get excitement out of that. I don't have a Netflix hat. If Netflix went down, I would stopped working tomorrow. I would probably just move to Peacock.
But the thing is, though, do you support Netflix?
Huh? Yeah, financially, I do.
Do you support Netflix? Because what you're saying about Netflix, I mean, like on a Sunday, I mean, I'll watch the Ravens and Lions, but I don't support them. I'm not going to get a hat for them. Mm-hmm. And just because you watch them, that don't mean you support them.
Right. Sir, I don't think you seem to see the comparison here, and that's okay. It's fine. All right. So I'm going to try to bring this back around for you, okay? They are a sports team, okay, in which you gain a level of entertainment from. Okay?
I support the team, though. That's why I got the hat.
Sir. I'm trying to make a
I'm
point
gonna
here.
let you talk. I'm gonna let you talk.
Yeah, you should. It'd be a good idea for you. Okay.
I got you, man.
All
I'm
right.
gonna try to keep it
So
respectful. Nice
what
and
I was
cool.
saying was that is a sports team in which you have, you have a will to watch, and that's great. I think that that's awesome, right? Like I said, I'm a big sports fan. I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
The president of the United States and a political movement is not something that you should be a fan of. Okay. It's just it's a movement. The president of the United States is a public servant. Okay. They are to be criticized when they do the wrong thing. They are to be, they are to be praised when they do the right thing. Okay. But they are not there to be fans of. If the Chargers make a bad decision tomorrow, I'm still going to be a Chargers fan tomorrow. Okay. If a public servant that I support does something bad tomorrow, I should stop supporting that public servant because that is what they are. They are doing a job, and their job is to support me. Their job is to support the American people. All right. That's the difference, right? You should never be a fan of a politician. Your politicians are there to do a job.
Said I was.
But you are because you're wearing a hat, and that's why it's weird. Okay?
I just wear it for the support.
Yeah, sir, you should just stop because I know this point is flying directly over your head. Okay, but for all the rest of people,
I'm not even trying to talk about this. I'm trying to talk about immigration. How you
sir, I don't care what you're trying to talk about.
That's the problem.
This is my life, and I'm talking about something, sir. Go. If you don't want to talk about what I want to talk about right now, then you can leave. Nothing's stopping you.
Good going. Let's go.
Okay, well then, yes, that's fine. I can let you go, and I can have this conversation without you here.
No,
I hope you have a wonderful
day.
Okay.
About
All right, we're going to move on to the next caller and keep this thing going. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. What I was saying was, it is weird to buy merch from a public servant. Okay, they are a public servant. Okay, that's it. You should elect them in. They should do a job, and when they do that job well, you should be happy for them doing that job well. And when they don't do the job well, you should criticize them for that. Just that simple. Hope you guys are all having a good one. Hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate you. Hello, how are you? Hello. Oh, you're gone. Hello, how are you? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Peachy, how are you doing?
I'm doing excellent. How old are you?
Hold on, I have to think 32, I think. 32, 33. I quit counting at 18.
Because, like, you couldn't, or, like...
Well, I mean, what's the point? You're old enough to vote. Why keep counting?
Because you need to know, like, how old you are for, like, most paperwork.
Not really. You put your date of birth.
Okay. Just weird to not know how old you are. Just saying. But anyways. Regardless.
It's not really a top priority.
All right, man. Well, what is your top priority?
Trying to figure out life.
Trying to figure out life. If you're trying to figure out life, knowing how long you've been in life is probably a good start.
Might be.
Yeah, that's where I would go. If I was trying to figure out life, right? Like my first step would be figure out how long I've been here, right? Like that would be like step number one. Like I've been here, I've currently been here 38, almost 39 years. Okay. It's been okay. It's been fine. Right. Kind of had milestones. You kind of do all that sort of stuff. But that's where I would start. But regardless, do you still support Trump?
To some degree.
To some degree? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, well, I mean, you said it earlier. You're not going to agree with anyone. You're not going to agree with anyone 100%. And it's foolish to think that. But at the same time, it is kind of foolish to be a fan of a public servant because a public servant is there working for you, not the other way around. A public servant works in your interest. You don't work in their interest.
Yeah, and how is Donald Trump working in your interest?
That's the thing. He's not really working for me nor against. Well, not really working for me. not working against me as hard as he could, but
Not working against. So he is working against you, just not as quite as hard as he could. And so you're like pretty okay with that?
For the most part, he
Oh.
could be doing way worse.
That's a really low bar. I just thought I'd let you know that. Like that's just like an insanely low bar to be like, well, he's working against me. Just not as hard as he possibly could be working against me. So therefore, like I kind of support him. Like that's just kind of weird to me, man.
Well, I mean, haven't you ever had anybody pass any policy that you would say goes against your interest?
That goes against my like specific interest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that would be a public figure working against you.
Yeah, but sir, I'm able to think outside of my own personal interest.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. I
Okay.
support
How is Donald Trump
because,
helping anybody's interest?
Well, we can go to what you were saying earlier with the ICE movement.
And how is that helping anybody's interest?
Well, one point you made is he's bringing ICE and military into these cities that don't really want them there. Do you know why it is that the mayors and the governors of those states and cities don't want them in there?
There's lots of reasons, actually. Yeah, they are vital parts of their communities that pay taxes, who have been there for a very long time, who have very deep roots within those cities, that have family and friends, and boost up their economy.
They don't have Social Security numbers, so what are they paying taxes to?
Actually, they have
pay taxes
ITINs.
to your Social Security number.
They have ITINs.
Well, no, that's a legal immigrant.
Yeah, sir. The undocumented immigrants in multiple states can get ITINs. And I can tell you that specifically because Donald Trump is specifically using the IRS to go after undocumented immigrants. He actually directly instructed ICE to use the IRS to go after undocumented immigrants. Undocumented immigrants in the last trackable year, which I believe was 2022, paid almost $100 billion in taxes, state, local, and federal taxes.
Okay, see, I thought the whole idea behind illegal immigration was to get into a country in a way that avoids being vetted.
Correct. Certain states still allow you to be able to work.
Okay, but see, if you get into a country without being vetted, then then any kind of government identification is forfeited.
Well, I mean, there are certain states that allow for government identification of undocumented immigrants too, but yeah.
And you think it's in those states' interest to have undocumented immigrants that have not been vetted?
I think that in some ways it is, yeah.
And how do you see that?
Well, again, like I just explained, sir, they're vital parts of their communities, their economies, their jobs, they have families, they have roots. You realize a lot of these people have been here for 10, 20 years, right? Caused no harm whatsoever, have paid literally so much money in taxes, and have been vital parts of their communities. So why would they want the military going into those cities, disrupting not only their lives, but the lives of all the rest of the people in the city, the U.S. citizens who don't seem to have a problem with them there whatsoever? Okay. Just in order to appease some other people that don't live in those cities that seem to have a problem with people that they don't have a problem with.
Well, see, I actually saw something earlier today where someone who was living in Chicago actually did have take issue with the illegal immigrants that are in Chicago, which is where the current ICE raids and all that are being executed. So to say nobody has an issue with it is a false and baseless claim.
Hold on, sir. I didn't say people don't have a problem with undocumented immigrants being in places. They actually pulled data shows that people would rather have undocumented immigrants reported. But they also disagree with the way that Trump is doing it, and that is the problem. The problem is that Donald Trump is deporting undocumented immigrants. He's more well within his right to do that. Okay. What Donald Trump doesn't have the right to do is deploy the Texas National Guard into Chicago. What Donald Trump doesn't get have the ability to do is to redesignate the borders of Lake Michigan in order to decide where he can send Customs and Border Protection, or send the California National Guard into Portland, Oregon, or send the Portland National Guard into Portland, Oregon. Okay, against any of these these wills. He doesn't have the right to treat people inhumanely. He doesn't have the right to send people to places like CCOT, or to deport people to countries that aren't theirs. right? It is not an issue
Well,
with people deporting undocumented immigrants. It's the way that we do things significantly matters in this country, and the way that Donald Trump is doing them is very anti-American.
well, as far as deporting, as far as deporting people to countries that aren't theirs, there was actually a congressional bill sometime back. I can try to look that up. That actually did have a specific. Sorry, trying to do two things right here. That specifically stated a case where you do support or where you do ship someone to a country that's not their own country.
Sir, I don't care what a fucking congressional bill says. At one point, our Congress said that slavery was okay and legal in this country. Okay, just because something is legal doesn't make it right. I have a problem with it being right, and I have a big problem. Okay, with the ethics around freaking taking someone that was born and raised in, say, Mexico for some reason, and then sending them to Rwanda. I have a very big problem with that.
But you do concede that it is legal.
Sir, you do concede that slavery was legal, right?
Yes, I can see that. Yes.
Okay, sir. Then why are we having an argument about what's legal when I'm talking about what's moral?
Well, I mean, a few minutes ago you were talking about Trump was pissing you off because he's breaking all these laws. Now, I don't know the specifics about him sending the military and National Guard in all these cities, but you said that the basic law breaking was the virtue that pissed you off. Now you're changing around to morality.
Okay, sir. I was talking about the legality of sending National Guards in, which the Supreme Court just said he was in, I'm sorry, a district court just said he was in violation of the 10th Amendment on. That's what I was talking about. When we talk about freaking sending people to things like CCOT, that goes against, the right to due process under the Constitution when what I was talking about. And when I was talking about sending people to other countries, I was talking about the morality of it. Okay, I didn't know that I need to break it down all the way through on that. I apologize. Now, do you understand?
Yeah, I didn't realize you were changing speeds from going from legal issues to morality.
Yeah, I have the ability to think about more than one thing at a time. It's a great skill. But that's what I was talking about.
I personally try to tend to stick in one direction and go there, but hey.
Okay, well, let's stick in one direction of Donald Trump violating the First Amendment, the 10th Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment, the 14th Amendment. Let's talk about those.
When did he violate the First Amendment?
Multiple times, including twice by where district judges have said he's violation. First with the AP News situation, the second one with the revoking of visas due to students that were here legally, exercising their First Amendment and trying to take it away. He's also, on top of that, gotten Colbert fired, got Jimmy Kimmel fired for exercising their free speech.
He did not get Jimmy Kimmel fired. He did not get Jimmy Kimmel fired.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
No. So Jimmy Kimmel did that himself.
Gotcha. So you're saying that the FCC commissioner that was appointed and directly works for Donald Trump, going on a podcast and threatening the broadcast company, saying we can either do this the easy way or we can do this the hard way, and you have to remove Jimmy Kimmel or there will be consequences, is not the Trump administration doing anything?
No, absolutely not, because you do realize the FCC is a bureaucracy, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm not talking about the FCC as a bureaucracy. I'm talking about the head of the FCC, who is Trump appointed and works directly for Donald Trump.
Okay, so you're undercutting the part where the FCC is a bureaucracy. Anything that Brendan Carr, any motions he would try to make would have to go through the bureaucracy. You're undercutting that just to say, Brendan Carr said something on the podcast.
Sir,
that makes it more effective
yes or no,
than going through the bureaucracy.
Did he directly threaten them to fire Jimmy Kimmel, yes or no?
I'll say yes.
Awesome. Does he work for Trump?
Yes.
Okay. Was Kimmel fired?
Well, actually, he works for us. Technically, he works for us. Technically,
Trump works for us. I don't care about that. Does he directly report to Donald Trump?
The
answer is yes.
Sure
okay. The answer is yes. After hearing that threat, did Jimmy Kimmel get fired?
I don't know if
yes.
I don't know if the producers at ABC heard it or not. I don't know if the producers at ABC heard it or not.
That is yes. That is the answer. Okay. He
now I also
directly threatened them And then Jimmy Kimmel was fired based off of that direct threat. Okay? That is a clear violation of the First Amendment. Clear as day.
No, because it was actually the first thing that happened was Sinclair and Nexstar pulled that slot in all their broadcast stations. They pulled that slot where Jimmy Kimmel normally fills in. That was
After
the first
the
step
threat.
that happened. Well,
No,
yes,
the
Nexstar and Sinclair. If you take
step,
a look at Nexstar and Sinclair,
the first step is the threat. Okay, the first step that happened. Okay, well, actually, sorry, that was the second step. The first step was Jimmy Kimmel said something Trump didn't like. Okay, the second step was Brendan Carr threatening them to fire Jimmy Kimmel. Okay, now we can go to the third step if you like, which was what?
Nexstar and Sinclair, both unanimously on their own, decided to take Jimmy Kimmel's spot and pull him from that and fill that in with something else. Which, if you look at Nexstar and Sinclair, they have been both accused of being right-leaning, correct?
Gotcha. So first step, Kimmel said something they didn't like. Second step, Donald Trump's FCC commissioner threatened them to pull him off the air. Your third step is Sinclair and whatever that other one is, Net something. Sinclair and Net something removed him from the air based off of that threat.
No. They removed them based on their own will.
After the threat,
they removed that. They removed Jimmy Kimmel based on their own will.
After the threat.
I said, if you take
hold on. After the threat.
Sure, after the threat.
Okay,
whatever.
Gotcha. So, sir, let me kind of put this in maybe a context, because this is a crazy like pretzel that you're trying to make. Okay, this is a crazy pretzel that you're trying to make. Okay, if I'm at pull up behind you, right, with a weapon and threaten your life, okay, if you don't give me your car keys, do you give me your car keys under your own will?
Well, I mean, it depends on the mentality of the person that you're threatening.
Well, the thing is, either you get me the stuff under your own will, okay, or you face the consequences, which the FCC specifically told them there would be consequences, okay? The second that a threat is made, it is no longer under your own free will, okay? As soon as the FCC,
you still have will. You still have will.
The second that the
threat.
FCC threatens you, okay, threatens pulling your licenses if you don't remove someone, okay, it is no longer under your own free will. That is called coercion, okay? That is a threat. Okay, so, you don't get to ignore the threat and then say, oh, I know that they weren't pulling him off before, then the threat happened, and then they pulled him off, but it has nothing to do with the threat.
Look, you can look, and Sinclair and Nexstar both said under their own authority is how Kimmel was removed. Both of them state it was under their own authority.
Yes, sir. That has nothing to do with what I just said.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You're saying that because a threat was made, then they have to fold, but they don't have to fold. They can continue on.
Sir, you do realize if they said it was because of them, then the FCC still has the ability to pull their licenses, right?
You do. It's a bureaucracy. You know how long it would take for them to pull their license? Do you know how long it would take for them to actually
Sir,
pull
I don't
license?
care if it's going to take them 1 month, 1 year, whatever. It doesn't matter, sir. Once the threat is there, it is no longer under your own free will, okay? Which is a direct, sir, even the threat alone, it doesn't even matter what, like none of this even matters. The threat alone is a violation of the First Amendment. Just threatening a company to pull, to remove licenses or that there would be some type of repercussion, okay? If you don't do X, Y, and Z, even if nothing happens after that, the threat alone is a violation of the First Amendment. That doesn't matter what happens after that. Just the threat's a
Okay,
violation.
so hold on, pause. So what you're saying now? Keep in mind, I'm someone that's not necessarily a fan of the FCC to begin with, but you're saying it is unconstitutional if ABC decides to air 3 minutes of someone just dropping the F-bomb. It is unconstitutional for the FCC to pull the broadcasting license, and that's what you just said.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's along the same lines.
No, it's not. It's not even close. What are you talking about?
It's a close parallel.
Okay.
Because
let's check those parallels. Are there rules on the FCC from the FCC about safe broadcasting?
Yes.
Okay. Would that be in violation of?
By virtue,
Would that be a violation of those rules?
Well, yeah, but by virtue,
and have those rules
be a violation of the First Amendment?
Have those rules been found to be constitutional?
Now, I don't know. You're talking about freedom of speech.
Sir,
why is it that you can't broadcast what it is what you want to say?
This is a difference between you also can't get on broadcast television, okay? And organize a freaking, insurrection in order to take over the government. You can't do that either. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, there's, like I said, there's FCC guidelines. So the fact that FCC has
guidelines,
wouldn't that by virtue be a violation of the First Amendment?
Not at all. Not even close.
Why not?
But if you want to say it is, that's fine. We can get rid of those too. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm not a fan of the FCC to start off with.
That doesn't bother me at all. That doesn't bother me at all. Okay? What bothers me is when after Kimmel gets put on the television, the president of the United States goes on there and says, "I don't know why he was brought back. We need to look into why he was brought back." Okay? When he even starts directly threatening, okay, and saying that he is going to sick his administration after them for bringing him back, okay? When he gets on his Truth Social afterwards and says specifically, "Oh, we're going after Seth Meyers next, and we're going after, what was it, Conan next," or something like that. When he literally gets on his Truth Social and says, "Hey, I'm happy that we got Jimmy Kimmel removed. I can't wait to get rid of the next people.
It's insane.
I can't wait till we get rid of the next people that are also saying stuff we don't like."
Okay, so now by saying that and saying that all those people are still on air, you completely wrecked your argument that Kimmel was pulled off of air due to a threat.
No, I didn't.
You completely destroyed that because Trump, in your eyes, Trump just made the same threat to Kimmel again and other people, yet they're still on air. Nobody's
Sir, if
them.
I make a threat that I'm going to whoop the shit out of 5 people and 2 people run, 2 people sit down, and 1 person fights back, does that mean that I didn't make the threat to all 5 people, or did they just have different reactions?
No, and they had different reactions.
Cool. Congratulations. There you go. So
Trump
Trump threatened all of them. They all had different reactions. Good job.
Yeah, but he's making the same threat to the same people with ABC, Nexstar, and Sinclair. He's making that same threat
I just made those
to them,
and I just made that same threat to 5 people.
Pulled Kimmel again,
and
they have not pulled Kimmel a second time.
And yeah, you know why they didn't pull? Why they put Kimmel back?
Because they got to eat it now.
They put Kimmel back because it's owned by Disney
after the third night.
Because it was rating trash before. It doesn't matter. All late night television, all late night television rates badly. Okay, it has nothing to do with ratings. The reason why they did that is because for some reason Disney hasn't figured out that their entire base is mostly liberals. Okay, you ever been to Disneyland?
No, Disney knows that.
They learned it really, really quick because they had a mass exodus of everybody from Disney Plus all at the same time, and they went, "Shit, this is actually fucking worse than what the Trump administration is threatening."
Well, I mean, Disney has had people quit their streaming services on both sides for different reasons and everything.
Sir, trying to defend the president of the United States, making threats against a talk show host that he doesn't like, right? And you trying to defend it. Hold on, sir.
No. See, I'm not defending the threats. I'm not defending the threats.
But you are.
I'm saying there's no validity in the threats.
It doesn't matter whether there's validity in the threats. You asked, how is he violate? Sir, you asked how he is violating the First Amendment. The threat is the violation. Okay?
There's no validity in the
threat. It does not matter. The threat does not have to, sir, the threat does not have to be valid, okay, in order for it to be a violation of the First Amendment.
So let's go back to your analogy earlier, where you walk up behind me, armed, and you tell me, to give you my car key.
Sure.
Let's say you're not at all armed in any way, shape, or form, and I am, and then you say, give me your car key or I'm going to do you harm. I know there's no validity in that threat.
Yep.
So, I mean, the threat itself is completely useless.
I'm sorry. Can I go to jail for that threat and trying to rob you?
I don't know, probably not.
Yes, I can. And I would be convicted very easily because the threat, okay, is the problem.
I mean,
okay?
it wouldn't be very easily. It'd be kind of hard to prove.
The threat of the violence, okay, is still a crime. All right? That's still a crime. Okay? Even if there's no validity in it. Okay? Even if there's no validity in it whatsoever. If I walk into a bank and say, hey, I have a gun and I'm going to rob the place, okay? And I rob, just that attempt, even if I don't have one, is still the crime. Okay? It doesn't change anything. Just like Donald Trump making the threat is still the violation of the First Amendment, regardless of validity. And that was only just one of three things that we talked about with the violation of the First Amendment. That was one of three things. We haven't even gotten to the fourth one yet.
Well, we didn't even get to the first two.
Yeah, because you ignored those because you wanted to stick on this one because there absolutely is no freaking there is no freaking argument for the other two. And the fourth one is he's trying to outlaw burning of the flag, which is a First Amendment constitutionally protected right.
See, that's something I can't defend. Like that is Supreme Court found a long time ago that is protected by the First Amendment. I can't defend that. I have no way to try to. Just because it's not something I'm a fan of, it doesn't mean that it should be illegal. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. I can't do anything with that. What was the first two points you mentioned?
I was talking about the first two court cases where a judge found he was in violation of the First Amendment by trying to get rid of AP News for not calling it the Gulf of America. And the second one for him removing student visas because people were talking about Israel in a way he didn't like.
Okay, well, see, the first one, no courts actually ruled in favor of anybody on that him kicking the AP News out the White House. There hadn't actually been a ruling on that, has there?
Yes, there was, and they found that he was in violation of the First Amendment.
I don't quite understand that because the press does function in the White House under it's not a licenseship, but it is under something like a licenseship or an invitation.
Sir, again, let's forget about the legality of whether he can remove them or not. Okay.
Well, you just said the legality was your issue.
I said the judge found it. No, the legality is not my issue. I'm saying it with the judge found it to be off. The legality is not my issue. Okay. I'm sorry, do you equate legality with morality?
No.
Absolutely not. So, sir, when I'm saying this is a violation of the First Amendment, okay, that it is wrong for the president to be doing these things because it is anti-constitutional, okay, if there is a loophole legally, okay, that allows him to do it, it doesn't make it now okay, okay? If the Supreme
reality from legality.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. If the Supreme Court comes down, because it's in the court system right now, and says that, okay, Donald Trump can now arrest people for burning the flag, are you now okay with that?
Well, I mean, the Supreme Court says it's legal.
And what if the Supreme Court changes their mind?
You just asked me to.
Sir, and what if the Supreme Court? Yeah, sir. No. I don't want to hold on. I want to direct, sir. This is going to answer the question right now. Okay? This is going to answer what you're getting ready to say right now. If the Supreme Court, because Donald Trump is suing, saying that he can do this right now in court, all right, that he can make burning the flag illegal, all right, if he wins that and the court says that he's able now to arrest people for burning the flag, are you now okay with Donald Trump arresting people for burning the flag?
Yes, it's legal if the Supreme Court says that.
Gotcha. So your morality is tied to legality.
No, actually, if anything, your morality is tied to legality because you're tying your morality to the Constitution, which is a legal document.
Sir, you said that you cannot defend, okay, Donald Trump saying he wants to arrest people, all right, for burning the flag. That's what you said. You said you can't defend it, right? Because that is
Supreme
because
Court's
it's wrong.
already ruled it's freedom of speech.
But the second that the Supreme Court changes their mind, you are totally cool with him doing that. All right?
Because then it becomes
because your
legal
morality
standard.
is attached to your legality. Okay? It's one and the same for you. As it changes, as the legality of it changes, so does your feelings on it. Mine doesn't. Even if the Supreme Court
No. See,
even if the Supreme Court comes out and says, hey, he can arrest people for that, guess what? I still think it's wrong. Okay? I still think it's a violation of the First Amendment. I still think it's wrong. Them changing the legality of it doesn't change anything for me.
I think it's morally wrong to burn the flag, but I think it is a completely legal thing. And, like I said, the Supreme Court's already ruled it's legal. But my morality says burning the flag is wrong. Men and women have died for that flag.
Okay.
So, I mean, my morality says burning it's wrong. So I am able to divorce morality and legality because I don't believe I think it's morally wrong to burn the flag, but I say you have every right to do it. So I'm actually divorcing the two.
Okay.
Oh, Lord. Well, I guess that's the end of this. I appreciate it, man. Had a good time.
You too.
All right, take it easy, boss.
I have no idea what he was talking about at the end there. That's the most ridiculous argument. Hold on one second. I had a crash over here. All right. There we go. That's better. Sorry. I was having a hard time figuring out what was going on over here with this live. I'm back. How's everybody doing? Anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. Please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. You guys are awesome. I really, really appreciate you. We're going to move on to the next caller. Oh, I thought he was already gone. Anyways, I thought he was already gone. I didn't know he was still here. Throg, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate that. Oh, Got a Poem says, Tim Walz had National Guard during COVID to keep people housed. Yeah, because the National Guard belongs to the governor. He can do that. That was easy. Anyways, Diamonds Recovery said, hey, Paulie, great to see you. Missed you. Oh, thank you so much, Diamonds. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Got a Poem says, freedom of speech protects you from government, not employer. That's very true. We're going to move on to the next caller. I'm just running through a few of the super chats. So thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate you. CJ said, when he's done with mental gymnastics, please ask him to explain why Kimmel got his suspension lifted if Trump and Carr weren't responsible for it. No, guy, dude, just because Donald Trump and his FCC commissioner directly threatened them doesn't mean that he was pulled because of the threats. They did it on their own volition after being threatened. Didn't you hear the last caller? Just because he was directly threatened, okay, doesn't mean that the threat had anything to do with it, even though it was a direct action of the threat. Pretzel. Thank you so much, CJ. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Gatapo says, thank you so much for the $5. Says the FCC does not take away broadcast license just because the station refused to fire an employee, even if that employee has said something controversial. The FCC shouldn't do that. That is the correct answer. They shouldn't do that. Thank you so much, Gata. And Betty says, Color thinks he got the Godfather got rich from olive oil. And Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I really appreciate that. Just got married. Very happy for you. So glad you just got married. Really appreciate that. Thank you. That's so awesome. Can we get W's in the chat for Reventex, who just got married? Says, my wife is a Mexican citizen. We've submitted our paperwork. Please say something, anything to ease my mind in these stressful times. I live in fear that she will be taken away.
Hello.
Hold on.
Okay.
I don't. Oh shoot! I didn't know I took it down. I really hope you. I really wish you the best. I hope everything works out well. Make sure you have a very, very, very good immigration lawyer. Please. Do not skimp on the money. Hire a very, very good immigration lawyer if you don't already have one. And congratulations on your marriage. Thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate that. All right. Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
Me, I am 45, be 46.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I sure do.
Awesome. What's on your mind?
And I'm black and I'm trans. So that's a double whammy.
Man, pick a struggle.
Hold on, let me pause your feed because I'm getting like double feedback.
I'm sorry, real quick. I got to address something real quick. Hold on.
Okay. I had to pause your feed because it was like giving me this.
This said, hold on. I got to address this comment real quick. I'm going to call out this comment here. It says, do they donate $10? Can you do better? I'm sorry, Tashana. What would you like me to fucking do? I'm sorry. Because they donated $10, would you like me to now change Donald Trump's horrific immigration policies that are ripping families away from each other?
Well, in all due respect,
I'm not talking to you. Is that what you want me to do? Because I'll gladly send the $10 back. Okay. But I'm sorry. I can't say something to put someone at ease who should not be at fucking ease. Okay? You shouldn't be at ease. Okay? You should not be at ease. You should be very, very tense, and you should be making sure that you have a very fucking good immigration lawyer. And I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you and tell you some nice thing about it just because you send me a super chat. Don't care. Okay? You should be worried. If you just married a Mexican immigrant, you should be worried. Okay? Do the steps in order to make sure that all of your paperwork is in check. Okay, and that you are okay, and that you are all right, and that your family can be together. Because if you don't, Donald Trump is already trying to get rid of legal people in the United States that have done no crimes and trying to deport them. He's already deported American citizens, and anybody who looks brown is being wrapped up in immigration raids right now in Chicago. You should be worried. Is that answer your question, Tashana? Thank you so much. Anyways, and for Reventex, that whoever sent that super chat, I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I really wish I could give you better news, but I can't. Okay, I really do. All right, awesome. I really do appreciate you. Have a good one. Anyways, so you're black, you're trans, and you support Trump. All right. So how'd you end up in this predicament?
I mean, it's not really a predicament. It's a choice. I mean, you really look at what's going on with the left, and I see people that have lost their mind, and that's just my opinion. You know,
what does the left have to do with you supporting Trump? The left isn't running against Trump right now.
Well, no,
this is
actually,
a non-election
because I was left. I was on the left.
I don't care. I asked you why you support Donald Trump right now.
Right now, because he's doing good things for America.
Like what?
He is. What do you mean? Like what? He is bringing lots of manufacturing jobs back to America. He is making sure that U.S. citizens are U.S. citizens. He's also making sure that the people that, and you know, people can get mad at Donald Trump all day for the immigration issue. But the truth of the matter is he didn't create the problem.
Yeah,
He
U.S.
just has to
citizens
deal
are
with it.
already U.S. citizens. I don't know what you mean by Donald Trump is making U.S. citizens U.S. citizens. U.S. citizens were
Well, as
already
far
U.S.
as
citizens.
well, as,
Hold on,
and
hold on, hold
as
on,
far
hold on,
as
hold on,
people
hold
that are
on,
here
hold
legally.
on, hold on. I'm not done with my sentence yet. Awesome. Thank you. I don't know how you can make U.S. citizens U.S. citizens. The Constitution decides who's a U.S. citizen, and he has done lots of violations against the Constitution, but he hasn't found a way around that one yet. Okay. But second of all, U.S. manufacturing jobs are at a record low dropping since Donald Trump took office. They are skyrocketing out of this country, along with a whole bunch of other jobs. That's why we've seen the lowest job numbers since the shutdown of COVID. So I have no idea what you're talking about.
Actually, no, that's not true. The manufacturing jobs take time to get these companies over here. It doesn't happen overnight. These are deals that are being made. Just like recently, he secured a $580 billion contract with Japan to bring manufacturing back to America.
Yeah, he has not done that.
Yes, he has.
No, he
Yes, he has.
announced.
I watched the press release.
Yeah,
I watched the
yeah.
press release today.
Yeah,
He has
he
done that.
said that he did that.
No. Actually, the press release, the House Secretary said that.
Oh, yes. Sorry. We said that we did that. Japan has not.
Well, they wouldn't release it if, I mean, that would be a huge loss, like a liability. They wouldn't say that.
What are you talking about?
press.
They said that they freaking secured an investment from
Japan,
sir, ma'am. Sorry, do you prefer sir or ma'am?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Most Democrats,
I don't care what most Democrats. I asked you a question.
I'm just the fold usually goes. And you can call me whatever you want. Doesn't matter to me.
Okay,
Anyway.
sounds good. He secured a investment from Qatar, which was 5 times their GDP. Their annual GDP. How do you secure an investment from a country that's 5 times their GDP?
That I don't know. I don't have any information on that.
Because it's impossible, but yet he announced it. There was a whole press release and everything. He got up on stage and said all sorts of stuff about it. Said it constantly. He said he got investments from Saudi for higher than their GDP, Qatar higher than their GDP, UAE higher than their GDP. Okay. He said he announced his investment with Japan, and literally Japan had a press release the next day and was like, yeah, we haven't exactly signed off on this. And really what all of that investment is actually going to be is in loans. Do you know that they actually own like a lot of our bonds actually for the United States? Japan owns all that. And they said pretty much it's just going to be a loan and investment, amount of loans for the United States. So it's not really an investment in American manufacturing as much as just a loan that we'd have to pay back to Japan.
Well, actually, on Google, the Trump administration has secured an agreement with Japan that included a Japanese pledge to invest $550 billion into the U.S., which, while the White House stated would expand domestic manufacturing, however, this takes time.
Gotcha. And where on Google did it say this?
Top Feed.
Top Feed. Do you have a website associated with Top Feed?
Donald Trump secures Japan manufacturing jobs. You can just put that in there and it'll come right up.
So you can't tell me what you are looking at.
I can go to the White House. Historic trade made and investment agreement.
WhiteHouse.gov. That's what you're on.
Okay, well, there's that one. There's AI has said it. There is Fortune. There is National Hawks. I don't know what that is. PBS, AOL, Fox News.
PBS. I'll take the PBS article. Let's see what PBS has to say. PBS, and it said, let's see, Japan investment deal. Let's take a look at this. Yep, PBS right here. And let me go ahead and put that on the screen so everybody can see it. Yeah, no problem.
These are people who couldn't make.
President Donald Trump is bragging that Japan has given him as part of a new framework, $550 billion to invest in the United States. It's an astonishing figure, but still subject to negotiation and perhaps not the sure thing he's portraying.
What is the date on that?
July 26th. This was right after the deal.
This one actually is from yesterday. If you go to whitehouse.gov fact sheet.
Ma'am, do you know what White House Gov is?
the White House.
Yeah, that's just anything Donald Trump wants to put on a website.
Okay, well then AI. Does he
Do
control
you
that?
know
I mean,
what AI is?
artificial intelligence? It
Good.
goes
You know
through
how it pulls information?
off the internet.
Off the internet. And where on the internet does it pull that from?
Fox Business, Hudson Institute, AOL.com. I mean,
It's funny how you said PBS. I pulled up PBS and it said
but why
exactly
PBS? But why specifically PBS? Why wouldn't you go?
because that's the
something a little more
only one
credible?
in there that actually sounded like it would be close to reliable.
Why is that?
Because whitehouse.gov is just whatever Trump wants to say. AI
Okay.
is wrong consistently, okay, and
Okay.
is not a
why do
part
we
of
use it?
research, okay? And
Then-
I'd
then
never
why do we
heard
use
of
it?
the other two.
Fox News, Fox Business,
Fox Business, the company that has been
AOL.
sued multiple times. I didn't even know AOL was still around.
Fortune.
I truly did not know AOL. You said AOL. I thought you were joking for a
Fortune?
second.
Fortune.
What is
I mean, is that-
Fortune?
The Fortune, like Fortune, Forbes.
Oh, like Forbes? Okay, let's see what Forbes has to say about it. They're
No,
pretty.
Fortune. I
they're-
said it's like Forbes.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I trust Forbes to a point. They're a little right-wing leaning, but they at least try to be accurate. I don't know what Fortune is.
Fortune, it has to do with like investments, stocks, bonds, those kind of things.
Okay, let's see what they have to say.
Yahoo
I'm curious.
Finance.
I'm curious.
National Law Review.
Oh, no. Let's go to Fortune. You seem to be real uppity on Fortune. Let's go to Fortune. I'm totally cool with that. So Fortune, Japan investment. Let's see what they have to say. You control over any investment. It could be vaporware and a model for other countries. Let's see. One of the provisions of the trade deal that set a 15% tariff on tariffs applied to Tokyo to invest $550 million in key American shares. While the White House says the money will be deployed at Trump's discretion, potentially given him. All right, let's see. Let's see if we actually go into the trade deal. Oh, gotcha. Again, this is just the White House says. This is what I do not want to see. I want to see somebody that is
So
nonpartisan.
everybody in the White House is a liar. It's not just Donald Trump now.
Everybody in the White House works for Donald Trump.
Well, I mean, but so you're saying everybody in the White House is a liar?
It's not a matter of whether they are a liar. It's the ability to get something from an independent, nonpartisan source. Okay? You notice how none of these things say Japan agreed to this trade deal, says Japan?
Well, I don't think that they would post it on the top of Google because Google is
Why
an
not?
IT company. Because Google, first of all, Google is a part of the World Economic Forum, and so is Japan. Japan and the World Economic Forum, they kind of like, it's like a hive mind kind of an organization. If you know anything about the the World Economic Forum.
Let's see. So I just pulled up Reuters because I know Reuters is generally, pretty non-biased as far as you go, right? As far as it gets to the United States, right? Japan's $550 billion U.S. I haven't read this before. I'm just looking at this right now. Japan's $550 billion U.S. investment to have no fiscal impact, top trade negotiator says. By Makiko Yamazaki, September 30th. So that was like a week and a half ago. Japan will run a $550 billion U.S. bound investment package agreed in Tokyo's tariff deal with Washington without any impact on foreign exchange markets, top negotiator says. Based on our calculation, $550 was in the range where there will be no foreign exchange impact. All right, let's see. Japan and the United States signed a memorandum of understanding on the details of the package last month, which covers Japanese investment in sectors such as chips, metals, pharmaceuticals, energy, and shipbuilding to be made by January of 2029. Concerns over foreign exchange implications have become a major issue in South Korea's negotiations to formalize U.S. trade deal, which introduced U.S. levies on Korean exports of 15% from 25% in return for South Korea's investment in $350 billion in the United States. Akazawa said the government used foreign exchange reserves for loans, example by tapping a special account for foreign exchange fund managed by the finance ministry. Japan's investment bag would include equity, loans, and loan guarantees from the state-owned agencies Japan Bank for International Cooperation and Nippon Export and Investment Insurance. When asked the company made in July that the equity component would account for about just 1 to 2% of the $550 billion, Akazawa's clarification that the percentage was based on the past investment track records for JBIC and Nexi. He says up to Japan to decide the actual ratio when it starts investing.
Okay, I mean, if they've agreed to it, trust me, there would be some sort of backlash if all of this was all over all of these different news outlets and Japan had no idea what was going on.
That was Japan talking.
Well, that was actually a reporter in Japan, but
sorry, that was Japan quoting Japan. That was a Japanese reporter reporting on the Japanese. My bad.
Well, I mean, it's just like one of our reporters reporting what's going on at the White House. I mean, media hasn't really proven to be.
These are direct quotes from the top trade negotiator for Japan.
Okay. Top trade negotiator from Japan. The top trade negotiator. That's not the one who makes the final decisions.
No, the final decision was made by the prime minister, who said nothing.
Right. Exactly.
Who has said nothing.
But if, you want to talk about, misleading the truth. They just declassified this last Friday on the Russia collusion that Obama and the Clinton administration completely fabricated it from the get-go. They released the documents and they're on their website. And now that's being passed off to the Department of Justice to see if they hopefully can be charged with treason. I hope. But
that is the most insane thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Google it. Google it.
Why do you keep saying Google it?
I watched the press
I just
release.
Googled all the rest of the shit you just said and proved it wrong. Do you really want me to start?
No,
do you really want me to? Do you want me to prove? Do you really want me to start Googling stuff? Because really, like, truthfully, like, this is getting ridiculous.
Where did
like,
you prove something wrong?
It just said that there's only 1 to 2% of the freaking investment, and it's all in loans and bonds, just like I said. And none of that helps to bring. And none of that has anything to do with bringing U.S. manufacturing jobs back whatsoever.
That's what. Look, they did not cover the whole.
Did I just read so much stuff that you just didn't even understand what I just read to you?
No, I understand what you read to me.
That entire thing that I just read from the top negotiator in Japan, all that stuff I just read proves that the press release from Trump is completely inaccurate.
That's not true.
That is 100% true.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's your opinion. You're more than welcome to it. But
sorry, that's mine and Japan's opinion.
That is
my
one
bad.
Reporter in Japan.
That is the one reporter directly quoting the only person who is literally doing this for Japan.
I'm pretty sure
the literal number one person in charge of negotiations between Japan and the United States.
Out of all of the other websites, you picked one from a no-name reporter and then 2 from PBS. And that's
you're the one who brought up PBS, and I pulled up Fortune.
I just mentioned PBS.
Okay.
And you jumped on it.
Okay. I'm not going to sit here and have this like childish fucking argument with a fucking child. Okay. With an actual child. Okay. So I need you to listen to me very clearly. Okay. Because I'm not going to repeat myself again. Because I've already said it multiple times, and I'm really not.
It's called a tantrum.
Shh.
I know tantrums when I hear them.
Okay. Cool. When we're talking about research and data, the White House said is not an accurate source. Okay. It is not.
Why not?
We need independent. Well, first of all, because the Trump in his first term had 30,000 lies or misleading statements, and Donald Trump consistently and daily.
Where do you get your data? Wow.
It's your turn to be quiet. Okay.
You're extremely condescending.
Oh, you almost did it. Thank you. And then literally every day, Donald Trump gets on his Truth Social or gets up on stage and just says stuff that is just insanely, demonstrably untrue. Like, not even close. So no, I am sorry. I am going to need more than the White House said when Donald Trump has said he stopped 7 wars. Okay. Some of which weren't even wars. all right, and says he stopped 7 wars, and there wasn't even 7 wars for him to stop. Okay?
Mhm.
When he says stuff like that, I'm going to need a little bit more data than just Donald Trump's White House says. The fact that you don't need more than just Donald Trump's White House says in order to back up what you're saying, that's very sad.
You grabbed two news outlets that were very amateur
You want me to grab some more?
at best.
Reuters, like one of the most well-known, okay, and reputable news sites on the planet, not just in the United States, on the entire planet, is a bad news source. That's what you're telling me.
I'm just saying anybody can literally write on there.
Okay. Do you want me to pull up, I don't know, maybe 100 more?
Sure. I mean, if
Yeah,
that's what you want
maybe
to
I
do,
can pull
mean,
up from like
it's not just-
any fucking website and show that what I'm saying is accurate.
Let's look at Fox, CNN. Let's go to what was it? Let's try Fox Business, the Hudson Institute.
Yeah, let's go right here. AP News. Boom. Trump says Japan will invest $550 billion in U.S. at his direction. It may not be a sure thing.
Okay. But that doesn't mean he's not trying.
Look how easy that was.
But that doesn't mean he's not trying.
Oh, gotcha. So now it's
I still have faith
Donald.
that
Hold
it's
on.
going to happen, but I'm telling
So
you,
just to be clear, now it's not.
it doesn't matter.
Oh, gotcha. So just 5 minutes ago, it was he's already done this,
Yes,
and
he
then
has.
all of these jobs are coming back, and now all of a sudden it's we give him participation points.
Well, I mean, isn't that kind of like what the left is known for? Participation awards.
Nope, sounds like the right's for it right now.
I mean,
You're literally
just
giving
saying,
Donald Trump. You're literally
I'm
giving.
like
you're literally giving Donald Trump a participation trophy right now.
No, I'm
Well,
not.
guys,
actually,
at least he tried.
because I
Guys,
believe
at least
that
he
it will
tried.
go through.
He didn't win, and he didn't
I
get
believe that it will
anything
go through.
done. But he tried, and we need to give him an A.
I believe that it will
for
go through.
effort.
Worst case
Okay.
scenario, if Japan has a different change of pace or heart, that doesn't mean that he's not trying to do the best for the American people. That's the
Aw.
point.
He's trying, guys.
I mean, could you do any better?
Yes,
No,
very
Doubt that.
easily.
I don't think so.
Very.
But,
I could go into the White House and take a nap and do better.
right. Of course you could.
Yeah. My Australian Shepherd could do better.
Well, I mean, when you believe people like Clintons or the Obamas or anything like that, you're doing far worse for yourself. I mean,
Who's brought up the Clintons or the Obamas? Why do you think I give
I'm
a fuck
just
about
saying
them?
in general, if you're talking about truth,
Why do you think I give a fuck about them?
were you this heated and on here about them
When they did bad shit, yeah.
and their crookedness? I mean,
Yeah. When they did dumb shit like Donald Trump was doing, absolutely, I was.
I don't think he's doing anything dumb.
I was
that's
very, very adamantly against all the things when the left is in power, when they do bad things. You can check my videos. I just was criticizing Democrats earlier this week in videos on my page.
okay.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
because
at
I'm
least you're
not a
fair with
simp
it.
like you, okay? I'm not a simp like you. When the Democrats
I'm
or someone
definitely
on
not a
the
simp. You know nothing
you
about
are, you are.
You okay? The fact that you
You
think
are.
that you can judge somebody
Okay.
on a 4-minute
You are.
conversation
Okay.
shows the very low.
Oh, I judged you a
level-
long time ago. I judged you when you said
Exactly,
you were.
exactly, that's my
I
point.
judged you when you said you were a black trans Trump supporter. From those
Oh,
words
really?
on, I judged you.
So
Okay.
you judge somebody just on 3 things that they said about themselves.
Yeah.
That is a very small mind you have.
That's a very-
small mind.
It's a very small mind from somebody
Very
who is
small,
literally.
small
Yeah,
mind.
I'm small-minded. Okay, but
Yes, and
you have been arguing with me for how fucking long? Let's see.
Because I'm
You've
bored
been
and have
arguing
nothing else
with me
to do.
for 20 minutes. Okay.
No, actually,
Hold on.
I'm doing it.
Shh.
I'm not. This is
All right.
amusement.
All right. I will
people
mute
are
you if you
watching.
can't stop acting like a child. Thank you.
You're like half
You
my
have
age,
literally been
first of all.
arguing with me for 20 minutes.
I'm not
Okay.
arguing.
About something that I was able to pull up from multiple different reputable sites and put up on the screen.
Right.
And all you could bring up is Trump said, my little daddy Trump
I didn't
told
say
me
Trump,
that
first
it's
of all.
okay. My little daddy Trump said on
I
whitehouse.gov,
never said
my
that,
little
Chad.
daddy Trump said on his
Never said.
website, okay, that he did it. And so I believe him. I don't care if there is tons of provable data, okay, that says that it's wrong. My daddy Trump said that he did it, okay, so therefore he did it. You know what people who do that are called? They're called
Tell me.
simps. Okay? They're
Right.
called simps. Okay? That's why you got
Mhm.
called the simp. Because you
I
are
don't care
one.
what you
Okay?
call me, honestly,
Unlike
because
me, okay? Unlike me, who
my,
when people
actually, I'm
do
sitting here
bad
with my
things,
boyfriend who's
when people do
got a
bad
master's
things,
in
I
psychology.
criticize them regardless of what party they're from.
My partner has a master's in psychology, and we're both sitting here listening to you. Trust me, it's not on me. It's on you, hon.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Aw, is this an appeal to authority? That's cute.
No, it's authority.
Guys, I
sweetheart.
have a
You're like, what are
master's
you,
degree,
20?
guys.
What are you,
Guys, I
20?
have a master's
5?
degree.
20, what are you,
I
25,
have a
30?
master's degree, so I can't be a simp for my daddy
See, that's what
Trump.
I'm saying. I didn't even say I have a master's degree. I said my partner has a master's
You
degree.
actually said we both have
And we're
master's
both
degrees.
sitting
You
here
should
listening
keep
to
you should
you.
keep a track of what you're saying.
Do what?
You actually said we both have master's degrees. You should keep track of what you're
No, I
saying.
did not say that.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
why don't you play back your feed?
Oh, okay.
Listen to what I said.
Yeah.
Doesn't think because you don't.
If
you're
your
not
partner
listening,
can
you're
hear
just
you, they should
talking.
leave you.
They're
They're
sitting
obviously
here
much
right
smarter
next
than
to
you.
me.
I
We're
know I'm
sitting
talking
here
to them.
laughing.
I know I'm talking to them.
You're talking to them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, I know,
Talking to
chat. The
them.
entire chat is saying that you said that. Yeah, I know. It's funny.
I said
Yep.
we are both
She said
sitting
we
here,
both have master's
and
degrees.
he
She said we both have
has a
master's degrees.
master's
She
degree in
said we have it.
psychology.
She said we have it. She said we had it. She said we
He
had
has
it.
a
She
master's
said we
degree
had
in
it. You should
psychology.
try reading the chat, okay?
We are both sitting here,
Mm-hmm.
is what I said. I know what I said.
All right.
I'm
Well,
not confused about
I
that
don't think
whatsoever.
you've known what you've said this entire life.
Right. And how old are you again? 25, 30, maybe?
38. How old are
Still
you?
in school. How old are you?
I said 38. How old are you?
46.
46. Wow.
Mhm.
That's impressive.
Yeah, to make it this long, yeah, it is.
To make it this long, that dumb, yeah, that is pretty impressive. I am pretty impressed. Yeah.
You know, it shows a low.
I don't really care what you
level of
have to say. I really couldn't give a shit. Do you have another political point to make? Because honestly, you're on my nerves now. You're on my live, not the other way around. Do you have another political point
I know,
now?
that's what I'm
Maybe you
saying.
should
You
put your
have-
partner on the phone. They're probably a lot more intelligent than you are.
Well, I mean, we are together, so I mean, there has to be some sort of
Smart people are with dumb people all the time.
intellect.
Yeah, smart people are with dumb people all the time. Seen it 1,000 times. But anyways, if you had anything, if you have nothing to say, then I don't know what we're doing here besides listening to you whine.
Why am I? I'm not whining.
I don't know why
I have
you're
no
whining.
reason to
That's on
whine.
you. That's between
I have no reason to
you and
whine.
whatever you believe in. Okay.
Hateful people are less intelligent according to science. It's
Okay.
just a fact.
Well, I don't hate you. I feel sorry
Well, I
for
mean,
you.
yeah,
That's a lie. I
judgment-
don't feel sorry for you. You kind of did this to yourself. I feel sorry for your partner.
When you judge people, that shows a great disdain for people.
No, it doesn't. That shows the truth about people. When you judge people, it means you're
You
actually
don't
being.
know.
Shh. When you judge
you think
people,
judging
when you judge people, you're actually showing that you're able to be honest with other people. Okay. And see, nobody's done that with you. Okay. It's something that you should learn. Okay. Nobody's been able to be honest with you. And now I'm being honest with you and you don't like it. It's hurt your fifis. Okay. And that's okay. Okay. That's it. But since you have no political point to say and I have absolutely nothing to say to you, I'm just going to move on to the next caller. Sound good?
Have
All
a good nap.
You
sweetheart.
have whatever day you deserve, okay? Which I'm sure is a shitty one. All right, we're going to move on to the next caller. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. Partner was there the whole time, apparently just making fun of me, but couldn't hear a single thing they were saying the whole time. They were with their partner. They're with their invisible one. It's Mark. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. He says, please marry me, Polly. I will buy you tacos every day. Sold. Done. Promise of tacos. Done. Thank you so much for that $5 super chat. I really appreciate that. Yo, please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate you. We do this every day but Friday, so I really, really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, is marked. Tara, thank you so much. Tara, thank you so much for the jewels. Tech said, thank you so much for the $5. Said Obama can't be charged. Supreme Court ruled on that already. Also, if I had a nickel for every fake former lefty I could pay for this super. Oh, straight up, dude. I used to be on the left, so I have credibility. No, you don't. Just to let you know that if you tell me you used to be on the left, I lose credibility for it. You do not gain any credibility by that. It does not help you in your argument whatsoever. Just thought I'd let you know that. So many people try to do that. CJ said, I mean with all, thank you so much, Tatted. CJ said, I mean this with all disrespect. If you're going to be MAGA, black, and trans, can you at least not be ignorant? Bro, you can't have all the struggles, okay? You can't have all the struggles. All right? You gotta, you already have black, trans, and MAGA. You gotta at least be smart, all right? You gotta pull something, all right? Thank you so much, CJ. Big W's in chat for CJ for that super chat. That might be the super chat of the night. It's the super chat of the night. I don't know. I gotta get like a drop or something for that. I don't know what to do. I gotta get like a drop or something for that. And Frost King said I prefer the word sycophant. I don't even know what that has to do with anything. I do appreciate you though. Thank you so much. All right, we're gonna move on to the next caller. Keep this thing going. I got a really late start, so I don't know how long I'm actually gonna be able to stay on, considering we had a late start because I had to figure out a whole bunch of stuff. But let's open up these phone lines. Keep this thing going, y'all. Again, make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. The notifications, make sure you guys do turn those on so you guys know when I do stuff. Self-love, thank you so much for the $5 over on Cash App. Said, I'm in a bad mood and you made me laugh. Thank you. Aw. I'm glad I could do that. Thank you so much. I'm glad I could do that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm glad that I can make your evening. If you guys like sport, like you guys see, I like to have super chats up. I put them, oh God. I put them up. I like to put them up in between. Y'all are fucked up, dude. Make sure you join the Discord. Especially if you're a sub. Because that shit is too fucking funny. I know exactly what that is from. Anyways, it makes you, if you guys like to send super chats and stuff like that, it does help me to support the live. I like to talk about them in between callers. It really does help things to move on. Also consider becoming a member or donate or gifting memberships. That's also a super helpful way to keep the live going. And I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you?
Good.
Hello, are you there?
Yes, I'm right here.
Awesome. How old are you?
Quinta. So 15. Going to 16.
What?
15 going to 16.
Oh, sorry. You're not old enough to be here. Sorry. I think that was 15 or something. I think he said 15 or something. I don't know. I lost it there someplace. Hello, how are you? Charles, thank you.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, good. My name is Angel. I've been just scrolling and I caught your channel, so I just started watching.
All right, are you a Trump supporter?
Hell no.
Hell no. Well, I'd say, man, I'm only looking for Trump supporters right now, though, but I do appreciate you. Go ahead. What's up?
Oh, I just wanted to say one thing, that I love your subject and I subscribe to you. One thing before you continue, this is going to be quick. This subject is showing me the most dumbest people in this country. For you to sit here and watch all of these things that he's doing and sit here and say you support that guy, Are you fucking kidding me? But keep doing what you're doing. I love you, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Big W's in chat for caller. Big W's in chat for caller. That is absolutely awesome. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hello, how are you?
Hey, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing okay.
Awesome. How old are you?
I've been watching your stream for a little bit here, so.
Awesome. How old are you?
I am 30.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes, I do, sir.
Are you black and trans also?
No, I am not.
Okay.
I am Hispanic, though. That's a grievance for you.
None of it's a grievance for me. I'm just curious.
I'm Puerto Rican, so there it is.
Okay. You're Puerto Rican. Oh, that's a good question. How do you feel about all of MAGA saying they're gonna run up on stage and deport Bad Bunny?
I don't like Bad Bunny, so I don't think he represents Puerto Ricans in the slightest. If you've seen a normal Puerto Rican, ain't none of us look like that.
Sir, he's a
same
celebrity.
time,
I'm asking what you feel about American citizens saying that they are going to arrest, detain, and deport a Puerto Rican.
I mean, that's pretty stupid. He can't be deported, right? But
MAGA doesn't know that, apparently.
Do I disagree with him not being a representative of NFL, which represents nobody who watches football? Yeah, get that dude out of here. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Why?
So you agree that Bad Bunny should be deported?
Did you not just hear what I know? He can't be deported. I just said that.
Okay, so I'm not asking you what your personal feelings are on Bad Bunny. Okay, I truly, honestly,
so you asked
could
me
not
a question without
could not care less.
To...
No. Yeah, and maybe there's some confusion on the question. That's why I'm trying to clarify right now. Okay. Your opinion on Bad Bunny's music, or what you think about how he looks, or whether he represents Puerto Rico, I don't care about. Okay, like that's not what I'm asking.
You want to know about the deportation?
Okay, I want to understand why the people that support Donald Trump, people on your side, people with MAGA hats, okay, are saying that they should deport a Puerto Rican, okay, because they don't belong here. And for some reason, you're siding with that side. That's what I'm wondering.
Here's the thing. I've never seen anybody say that. Maybe I'm not saying that nobody has said it. I'm just saying I've never seen it. Now, if that's the case, well, do I expect everybody to understand in the MAGA side that Puerto Ricans aren't American citizens? Like, I don't think I expect everybody to know that. You know, it's not something like. There's a lot of things on the left that I could say, or Democrats that I'm sure they don't know. Like, deporting illegal aliens is lawful, regardless of how you feel about it, right?
But I think
there's things on both sides that I don't expect everybody to know.
The clarification here, sir, is that you do realize that the good majority of MAGA people, right?
Not the good majorities. That's a false equivalency. Don't even start with that.
You do realize this is actually like being spread by very, very, like the largest of large.
Name.
Tony Lauren, Benny Johnson.
Tony Lauren.
Benny Johnson.
Give me exactly what she said.
She was the one who actually was the first person to go up there and say that we need to freaking have Bad Bunny deported off the stage of the Super Bowl.
Okay, so she said deport off the stage of the Super Bowl. See, you're making a false equivalency, which I expected from you.
No, sir. Do you want me to get
out of the country?
Do you want me to play
different things?
Do you want me to pull the video for you where she does not? That is not what she said, and it's not even close.
That's what you said. She said,
"Sir, I was making a quick little freaking quip about it just to shorten it up."
I asked you what she said.
Because I didn't memorize the 20 minutes she spent telling the.
So you have no idea what she actually said, and you're saying she said something.
Okay, well, I can see where this conversation is going very quickly, and I have zero will to have. Hey, shh.
What do you mean? You said.
All right. Shh.
That she said this, and now I'm calling you out.
I thought I was talking to an intelligent human being. Okay, I should have asked the ignorant question.
Coming from the person who just tried to put words in somebody else's mouth.
So
interesting.
What I was saying was Tony Lauren made it very, very specific that she did not realize that Bad Bunny, okay, is an American, okay, and said that while he's on stage for the Super Bowl, ICE should attack him on the Super Bowl, on the stage, should arrest him, should detain him, and deport him out of the country. Okay.
See, now you changed.
That is what she said.
Though.
Now,
because now you said
before
that she didn't.
What I was saying was a just little quick thing that I thought an intelligent person would be able to engage with. Okay. But I remember talking to you. Okay. Because I talked to you.
Talked to me. This is actually the first time I've ever called.
Yeah, that's
nice
a lie.
Though.
I even recognize your phone number. Okay. So
I know I tried calling you multiple times.
I recognize your
recently,
phone
just now.
number, and I recognize the way you talk to me
I
because you
promise
have no
you don't.
will to actually have a
You
conversation.
give everybody
okay?
else in the conversation attitude,
So-
and then the second you get it back, you cry about it. Are you serious? Are you serious right now?
Just to let you know, you've been muted for like a minute on one platform, and I'm going to mute you on the other in a second, okay? So if you want to have a conversation, you can calm down, and if not, then I'll just move on to the. All right. Well, you have one more chance, okay? Well, no one can hear you, so I'm going to need you to calm down first. No, you're not. Maybe take like 2 big breaths in, okay? Yeah, I know you're not going to pay for therapy, so I guess I have to be your therapist. And if I'm going to be your therapist, I honestly deserve to get paid like so much more money for it. Okay. All right. Well, you see how you still, even while muted, can't let me get a full sentence out? No. Okay. Well, now I am. All right. So I'm going to unmute you real quick. And if the second that you
Okay.
can't handle this conversation, I'm hanging up the phone.
Well, can I ask you one question
No.
before you unmute? Okay.
All right, perfect. So you are now unmuted. All right. And here's what I'm trying to ask you, okay? I'm not here to quote Miss Lauren, okay? I'm not here to actually say like, oh, she said this word for word for word. I'm here to have a conversation.
That's what you said,
If
though.
you want, oh, well, there you go. Have a good day, all right?
Okay.
All right. So I'm not here to quote her thing. I am trying to have an understanding from somebody who is Puerto Rican about what they feel about the situation. Okay. And if you can't understand that, then there is literally zero point in me having this conversation with you, which is why I just hung up with you. All right. So I hope you have whatever day you can. And I will tell you, I don't know much about Bad Bunny. Okay. But he is definitely a much better representation of Puerto Rico than you are. I'll tell you that much. We're going to move on to the next conversation. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Hello, how are you?
Oh, hi.
Hi, how old are you?
I am 35. I just turned 35 the other day.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I
So,
was just
do you support
saw
Trump?
your live.
Do you support Trump?
Actually, not most of the time. Not most of the time. I have a lot of issues, but I do currently, and I would like to have a conversation about why, because I think you seem pretty intelligent. And so I would love to have a conversation with you. And maybe you could change my mind.
I'm not here to change anyone's mind.
Oh, okay. Well, currently, I am a Mexican American, and I am a housekeeper, and I do a lot of cleaning in Portland, Oregon. And I know there's been like a ton of controversy lately about Portland, Oregon, and ICE and deportations and things like that. And so I guess like my opinion most recently has been more pro-Trump, where historically I haven't really been pro-Trump. There's a lot of things I disagree with. But recently, with his involvement in wanting to come to Portland and kind of clean it up, and because I've been a witness to what's been happening in Portland over the last like 7 years, working in Portland basically full time, a lot of that time at night in some more dangerous areas, as I do a lot of like Airbnb and like vacation cleaning. I kind of like recently really appreciated the fact that he wanted to come and kind of provide support in Portland, because I've seen like a really heavy decline in Portland. So currently I do support a lot of the things that Trump is doing right now. And mostly that of coming to Portland, Oregon and cleaning it up. And providing support. It's been
So Donald
pretty
Trump isn't
dangerous for me to
cleaning up
work there.
Portland, by the way. I don't know what you're talking about. He's not even attempting to clean up Portland. He literally deployed California's National Guard in order to guard an ICE facility. How is that cleaning up Portland?
Well, he has committed, and I have been watching some things, that he has committed to bring National Guard out to make it a safer place for ICE to conduct business. As someone who has to provide housekeeping services in like these areas that are even remotely close to the ICE facility, it has been dangerous for us to even conduct business or go into apartment complexes or go into
How?
houses, because I mean, just getting into those areas, there's a lot of Antifa. There's a lot of people rioting. There's a lot of people.
There have been an
signs,
average of 20 people protesting in an area of about 4 square blocks.
I've seen more than that. I don't know. I work in Portland every day.
There were
so
some
I've seen
higher
more than
numbers
that.
in like June, but when Donald Trump sent it in, there was an average of 20 people.
And again, I'm talking about there's been a severe uptick in the last couple of weeks ever since this has been brought to national attention. There has been an uptick. And so even just walking up and down those streets has been dangerous even for us even to get into properties.
So 20
that's just people just trying
is
to come into
dangerous
work.
for you?
And
Are you sure
again,
you live in Portland?
It's not 20. It's not 20 now. So for you to say that
Well,
it's
not
20,
now.
I'm
It's not
literally there
now
every
that
day.
well, it's not now. It was
Correct.
before Donald Trump deployed the National Guard.
And now there's even more. There's got
course
to be
there's
a way
now
to
more.
do it more peacefully.
So
There's got
let
to
me
be a
get
way
this
to do it
straight.
more peacefully where people who work
Oh.
and live in Portland can't walk the streets
So
and feel
hold
safe
on. So
anymore.
just to be clear, you're mad about the extra people that are only there because of Trump.
The extra people that are protesting.
Because
And there
Trump
were
sent in
more
the
before.
National
Over
Guard.
the last 5 years, it's been even, like I would say 4 years ago, it was way, way worse than it is now. Absolutely.
Yeah, crime rate is
But-
way down in Portland.
I would say it's way down compared to when the BLM stuff was happening and all that. All those things that I really supported, but obviously didn't support the violence. It's been incident after incident over, for the past 4 years, but even more recently, even being like, I'm a Mexican American and I've been, by people that are not ICE agents, me and people that I'm working with are being like chased into our vehicles and people pounding on our windows. We can't get out of our vehicles.
You know what's pretty crazy?
And it's like so obvious that we're Mexican American and
You know what's crazy?
we're getting threats and yelled
Like,
at through the windows.
funny
That's
enough,
crazy.
I'm kind of popular in Portland.
Okay.
It's pretty wild. I actually have quite a few like followers from Portland. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
And what these people that follow me or that watch my show and stuff like that are from Portland are saying pretty much everything that you're saying is inaccurate. So I'm having a really hard time.
I'm saying that I work there every day and I love Portland.
So do these
There's
people.
some areas in Portland that are beautiful and untouched
Yeah.
by all of these
Yeah.
these
So-
political things that are happening. They're
these
completely
political things
untouched by
are
it.
Trump.
But the areas that I have to work in are very affected by it. I just wish there was a
Yeah.
way for
But
the
listen to what you're
liberal activists to
Hold on,
not
hold on.
be
But
so
listen what
violent
you're
in
saying.
the areas that I have to work in.
the liberal activists aren't being violent. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. First of all, okay. So Donald Trump institutes unconstitutional ICE raids and people protest against those ICE raids peacefully, by the way, incredibly peacefully. All right. Where there are some instances like back in like a few months ago. Yeah. When there's a large group, there was a few incidents, but for the most part, incredibly peacefully. So Donald Trump does an action. Protesters protest that peacefully. Okay. And then Donald Trump escalates that by bringing the National Guard. And then more people come out and they protest peacefully. All right. So you support Donald Trump, but you're hold on.
Clearly resemble what's happening. I'm here for it.
Hold on.
Okay, I'll be quiet so you can talk.
Thank
Go ahead.
you. So you are happy that Donald Trump is doing the actions that's causing the people to protest, that is causing the protesters to do the thing that you don't like. Did I catch all that?
I would say, yes, you're concerning, but no, you're not. I am unhappy that there's been an uptick. However, I understand the need for it. I'm just unhappy that what seems like the left side, I guess you guys call it the left. I'm not super politically inclined, but I would say the left side, the far left side, and what I would assume would be Antifa. I don't know. I don't ask
What is
these
Antifa?
people as I'm walking by. That's a really good question. A lot of people wearing masks. I see a lot of people who
ICE
seem to
wears
be
masks.
a lot more aggressive than others. Oh yeah, I can tell. the
ICE is more
difference
aggressive than
between
others.
Antifa and ICE. And honestly, I would say that the Antifa kind of look half homeless and half drug addict, and kind of freaked me out in the first place.
That could
I'm
also
not
be
even
ICE.
Sure that so I don't.
I want to
think
read
that's
something
right.
to you.
But what,
So this is
ahead.
a little super chat I just got out of here from Radstorm. And I told you I have followers that live in Portland, so I just this is one of them.
Right.
Okay, this is great.
Okay.
And Radstorm says, "Hey, I live in Portland. I'm more afraid of ICE wrongfully detaining me because I'm a short Asian woman. ICE instigates violence, and they maced the frog. I don't know what that part means. Do they mace a frog?
I've never heard of that.
Okay, I don't know what that means. Okay." Is that a real thing? People are telling me that's a real thing. There's a frog. They maced a frog. That's a.
I mean, I'm
that's
not
a
sure what frog
guy
you're
in a
referring to.
frog suit. A lady wearing a frog
oh.
suit.
I haven't seen that. That's
They
good to know,
maced a
though.
person in a frog suit. That's pretty fucking
Oh,
wild.
that's awful. That's
okay.
awful. You ever been in one of those like blow up suits? You know what I mean?
No, I have not. Okay.
But
Again, ICE is the people being the aggressors. And from what I've seen from all of the reports there,
I have not.
but from what I've seen from all the reports there, the protests are overwhelmingly peaceful. Like, oh, thank you so much, Radstorm. They are like overwhelmingly peaceful. So I don't see this whole like you're afraid to go downtown, you're afraid to go to work because the protesters.
I can offer something to you tomorrow. Can I offer you something? If you can if I can show you where you can DM me, I will go because I work tomorrow. I work tonight and then I work in the afternoon tomorrow. I will go tonight, okay, and I will go tomorrow as well, and I will take videos of what I see, and you let me know, and I will have them time-stamped, dated, all the things, and you tell me what you're seeing in those videos if it's different than what I'm living every day.
Well,
right?
I just don't really.
I would love
what
to
you're
show
living
you.
Doesn't make much sense, and that's all I'm saying. And maybe it's a
Well, you're saying
misunderstanding.
it doesn't make sense, but
and
maybe it is a misunderstanding. But I'm saying this is what I'm experiencing, and I, like I said, I am a Mexican American. I am not afraid to walk down the street and show my ID. I don't feel like ICE is going to arrest me, or
Neither did most of the people that ICE is arresting. Neither did most of the people that ICE arrested.
And, but I will say I was blessed to be born in America. I know that some people have not had that blessing to be born here, but are legal citizens of here and have been unfairly accosted by ICE agents and maybe even arrested. I'm unsure of that. What I'm saying is over the past 5 years, I've seen a huge escalation in what everybody seems to be reporting as peaceful protesting.
Insane!
It is not. It is absolutely not. 4 or 5 years ago.
Are you talking about now? Hold on. Are you talking about now, or are you talking about months ago?
In the past, I'm talking about years ago, and I'm talking about the last 2 weeks. I've seen an uptick, obviously, over the past 2 weeks, and we know why. But it almost felt like it was happening again. Who wants that to happen again? I don't want that to happen again. And it's not nearly as bad as it was when BLM was at its high, right? It's not nearly as bad as the riots that were affecting the streets of Portland. However, now, currently, we're seeing an uptick, and I'm actually glad that there is reinforcement here and more coming because I don't want it to happen again. I've lived through that, but I do see a lot more activity over the last 2 weeks.
Did you ever think that maybe you should be just more against the thing that people are protesting against? Like it's just and look, I am not for violent protest. I'm not for any of that stuff, right? Like I am for peaceful, civil protest, right? Like I am for that, okay? Like 100%. But shouldn't it be more of a concern about what people are protesting than that they are protesting, right? Like when we had the BLM riots, it was literally protesting the police fucking killing like unarmed people of color in this fucking country, right? Like that should be a concern in every major city, right? And I am much less worried about the protests and the fact that as a brown person in the United States, I am much more likely to fucking get killed by the fucking police unarmed for doing nothing than my white counterparts are. That's what I'm concerned about, right?
And I share that.
Hold on 1 second. I'll let you get. I'll let you go. I'll let you go in 1 second. I'll let you go in 1 second. Okay. But what I'm saying is, right now, like, I'll make an example. Chicago, right? They just burst into an apartment building, right? Claiming that they were chasing undocumented immigrants, right? Like backed by the National Guard, and pulled dozens of people out of this apartment complex, children screaming for their parents, zip tied to the fucking ground, right? Separating in the middle of the fucking night, naked fucking kids, people in their fucking underwear. Had ICE agents going like literally on camera being like, fuck them kids. Right? Like, shouldn't you be more fucking concerned that Chicago has been taken over by a military force that is arresting and detaining American citizens just because they look like you? Then you are concerned about the protesters who are protesting against that?
I'm saying it's a real safety concern in Portland. I see an uptick. I don't want what happened 4 or 5 years ago to happen again. I'm glad that they're here because of that. I do not appreciate what seems like a very hostile and violent uptick. I don't think you're being told the truth. And I'm not a very easily threatened person. I'm not someone who's easily offended by somebody else. I'm not easily threatened by another person. That's not a thing. I'm not some woman going through the streets scared of anybody who it looks different than I am. That's not me. I'm saying that there seems to be some real aggression on the streets, and there's been an uptick over the last 2 weeks, and I understand why. But it also makes me happy to know that there is support there so that we don't have another uprising. And
that support is causing the aggression. That support is causing the aggression.
Why is that normalized? Why is the aggression
What do you mean, why is it normalized?
Why is that okay?
They come
Because
in with the
people
aggression.
are so
It's the
emotional
people,
about
Donald.
it.
Yes, I'm fucking emotional about children being
But
ripped
why
from
does
their
that mean
parents
violence?
and zipped.
Why does that mean violence? then?
You
Why
are
does that mean we must
supporting
respond
the
with
violence. You are supporting the violence.
I haven't
You're the
seen
one supporting the
ICE
violence.
or National Guard become violent in the streets.
The National
of
Guard's
Portland.
entire
the only people I've
job
seen be
is to,
violent
the
are
National
the people I would
Guard's
love to side with.
the National
I can't side
Guard's
with people that seem
entire
to be
job is
reacting
to be
emotionally
violent.
and out of their
That's
minds.
their job. Their job
seems-
is violence. The military's job is violence. That is what they are there
I've
for.
not seen that. You say that. You're saying that, but it's almost like
You
you've got a
haven't
list of
seen
things
that because
you
it
need to
hasn't
say about the
happened in your
military.
city yet. And the reason it hasn't happened in your city yet is because the people that
It's
are
because
protesting
there's the
are
enforcement
fighting to
still.
make sure it doesn't happen in your city.
But the people who are protesting are the ones who are the violent ones. I'm telling you,
That is
like,
just simply not true. We can see
people
the arrest
banging on my
records.
windows. That's real.
The people
banging
beating
windows,
on
I
your
will tell
windows.
you. Yes.
Yeah, you know what?
Because we have to
you know
walk
what?
through
How about
these
this?
areas.
How about this? How
We
about
have to
this?
walk through
How
these
about
areas.
this?
Let
How about
me
this?
show you
No,
video.
no,
You
sure.
don't believe
I
me
will
that you're not being
gladly.
told the truth.
I will
Why are
gladly
you telling me to shut up?
listen.
Why are you telling me to shut up?
Listen.
That's
I'm not
rude.
telling you to shut up.
That's not
I'm
fair.
telling you to listen.
I will listen. Thank you.
All right, awesome. I will gladly take your videos. Okay. I will gladly take your videos. Okay. And with your videos, okay, I want your name, your full name, your face. All right. And the place where you work. Okay. And here's what I'll make the deal with you on. Okay. Here's what I'll make the deal with you on. Okay. If what you are saying is true, okay, I will make sure that I use my platform to make sure that you will get justice. Okay. For those horrible things that are happening to you.
Even
Okay.
if it doesn't align with your beliefs, you would do that.
Absolutely.
100%.
100%.
100%. Let's do it.
And then when you send me those things, okay, and what you're saying isn't accurate, okay, I am going to also send those to your employer, okay, and show them that what you are advocating for, all right, online in front of a couple thousand people, okay, that you're advocating, all right, saying that these people who we have tons of video of, there's live video of it going on every single day. I can log on to TikTok right fucking now and see those protesters live on video anywhere, okay? I can see it, all right? And I can see that those
But
protesters
the way
aren't
that
doing
you're
that thing.
describing that
So-
they're acting is not the
That's
way that
fine.
they're acting.
Well, then
That's
go
what I'm
ahead and
telling
show
you.
me
And
the
I
videos.
I feel
Show-
for you that that's what you're being told.
No,
I have
why?
no problem going to Portland
Why?
and taking
You mean,
video
what
and showing you what's actually happening.
Yeah, I
I
can.
have no
Again, I
problem
can
with
watch the video right now.
'Cause-
You can watch the video right now. You do realize these protests, this isn't 1960, okay?
These
These
protesters stream
protests
live. I see 'em all
are
the time.
live streamed on the internet all day long. All day long. These streams are live stream. You can go on TikTok. I'm sure it's on YouTube also. You can go anywhere and watch the live streams from every angle that you want 24 hours a day. Okay? Can't be doctored. Literal live streams. Okay? So no, I'm sorry. You telling me that you're being attacked by people I saw on video and other people have seen literally doing the
You
cha-cha.
can't walk down the streets of Portland, and especially downtown Portland, or even near the ICE facility, without being accosted. It doesn't happen. These things happen every single day. There's many more instances that my coworkers have even experienced on days that I haven't even been at work, and that we hear about later. Oh, why didn't you get assistance? Well, the police are underfunded here in Portland, so they don't come out unless you're bleeding. If someone busts out your window because they're mad at you, just take a police report and file it online. That's what happens here in Portland. There is no actual police force that does anything. They're extremely underfunded, and violence is everywhere. They're not just posted outside the ICE facility. I don't know what you're being told or how long you think this peaceful protest has been going on, but you're being misled. And I'm not misleading you in any way. I have no reason to. I just want to advocate for safety for people who have to work in these areas. That's all I want to advocate for, because I still have to go there every day. I am happy that there is more of a presence.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry that disagrees with what anybody
It's not
else
disagree with
is
me. I
saying,
literally
but
have
it's
hundreds of
real.
people. I literally have
It's real.
hundreds of people in my chat right now that live in Portland and work in Portland just like you, who are all saying that you're lying.
Okay. Well, good luck with that.
That literally do. But that's okay. I'll await your DMs. Okay. I will await your videos. Okay. And I want to make sure your face is in every single one of those videos. So I know they're not somebody else's videos. Okay. I will take your videos. Okay. And just to let you know, I will gladly help you out if what you're saying is true. And when I'm pretty sure they're not, I am going to make sure that you are blown the hell up for it. So
and when I am, and see, you have this idea that everybody who walks also down the street is somehow in fear of being mistaken for someone, anybody who looks Asian or anybody who looks Mexican or anybody who looks
I
any
didn't
type
say
of way
that. You're
is in
saying that.
danger in some way. Well, you said that somebody had said that on your chat. You're obviously under the impression that they're telling the truth. That's a falsehood as well.
You
So
hold
if
on.
you
I'm
fear
sorry.
that-
So the person that's telling me that they're in fear is not telling the truth.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
That's literally
I
what you're
don't
saying.
feel as if, unless you're a very sensitive person who is easily overwhelmed, that walking down the streets of Portland, you're feeling as if you're going to get accosted by an ICE
You
agent. I've
literally
never
just said
experienced
you
that.
were in fear in the streets of
By an
Portland from
ICE
being
agent.
accosted.
By
Oh,
an
gotcha.
ICE agent. I'm
Gotcha.
saying somebody
Gotcha.
else.
Hold
I'm
on.
call-
Hold on.
I'm-
Hold
I'm
on.
saying-
Gotcha. So if
I'm
you're
saying
afraid you're going to get
Antifa.
accosted,
I'm saying
if
far
you're
left
afraid,
Democrats. I'm not
if you're
saying
afraid of being
ICE.
accosted,
I'm not afraid of
if
ICE.
you're afraid of being accosted by the ICE
Not by
agents, okay, shh. If you're afraid of being accosted by the ICE agents, you're a weak, scared person. But if you're afraid of being freaking accosted by the left, okay, then you're a big, strong person.
I would say I'm not as scared as I should be, but yeah, there is a level of fear there.
Gotcha.
I would say that I'm more scared from
Gotcha.
the far left and Antifa than I would be from ICE
What's
or the
Antifa?
National Guard. That's a really good question. I'd like for you to explain that to me. It looks like a
No,
bunch of
you
homeless,
said you're
blacked out
afraid of Antifa.
individuals.
You said you're afraid of Antifa. So what is Antifa?
Anti-fascist organization that like to give themselves a label, and it looks like they all live in the same homeless encampment. I really don't know what Antifa is to Portland,
Gotcha.
other than I know.
So
that
if
they've
you
been
don't know what
responsible for a
Antifa
lot of riots.
is, if you don't know what Antifa is, then how can you be afraid of being accosted by Antifa?
Well, the ones wearing the masks who are not ICE agents.
Did you know? Did
that's
you
who I-
know?
It's
I don't know if you know this or not.
insane.
It's crazy. Anyone can go buy a mask.
Right. I would not personally pose as Antifa on any day of the week, so I'm not sure who's out there.
Guys, every
cosplaying
every
Antifa, but
bank
there must be a
robber,
lot of people.
every bank robber that's ever existed in the United States history is Antifa because they wear masks. Did you guys know
Okay.
that?
And now you're just trying to be silly. You're just trying to be silly. But you know what I'm saying.
No, I
And-
don't.
and
I
you
don't
get
have a
what I'm
fucking
saying.
clue what you're
just
saying.
trying to make it seem like I'm
I don't have a
stupid,
clue
and
what you're
I'm
saying.
not. That I'm
Okay,
not.
you're saying that you
I'm
know
saying
someone's
I'm
Antifa
not a
because they're
member of
wearing a
Antifa.
mask.
I'm not a member of Antifa.
Guys,
but the people
during
who
COVID,
run
we were
around
all
with the face
Antifa. Did
mask,
you know that?
burning. I mean, okay. I've been seeing this happen in Portland for 5 or 6 years, and I see an uptick and I see an increase Okay, so that's all that I'm saying, and I'm glad that the National Guard and that
You see an
ICE is
uptick in
stepping
the
up to
group
take
that
control.
you don't know who they are accosting people.
I would say it is obviously the people opposing the ICE and National Guard coming to Portland. And yes, there has been an uptick. Yes, I understand why, but I also understand that my safety is important, feeling safe is important, and I also understand that other people feeling safe from ICE agents is also equally important. However, what I'm saying is running through the streets and causing chaos, there's been an uptick of that in the last 2 weeks. I've seen it even during the day. It seems to increase at night. But whatever have you, there's been an uptick of it, and I'm actually not as scared as I was 5 years ago when
You're
this
cleaning
felt like it
rooms
was
at
happening
night?
before. Yes, these are Airbnbs, these are hostels, these are properties where people vacate at all hours of the day and the night, and it's really not safe past 9 o'clock in a lot of areas around there.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
yeah, but it's a job that I've chosen, and it's a job that pays well. And like I said, I have 8 kids, so I have to figure out what that looks like and what my schedule looks like. So sometimes that's the position I find myself in, working those hours. So
Cool. Well, anyways, I'll be awaiting those videos.
Have a great day.
so-
I'll wait those videos.
Yeah,
It'll have
can't
my
wait.
face in all the videos.
Can't
Have
wait.
a good day.
That was a fucking joke. Anyways, I can't wait. I have a really weird feeling I'm not gonna see any videos. Lovely Goddess said, repeating your Mexican American make you a liar. Yeah, I was starting to not believe it very much myself. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There's only so many times you can repeat it. Donald Trump is forcing people to be violent. What the fuck? I don't know if I said that. Anyways, Stacey, I saw a video of PDX cha-cha-chaing from the ICE building last week. Ooh, the scary lefties and their cha-cha slide. Ooh. Ooh. Everyone be scared. Ooh. Thank you so much, Stacey. Janelle says, shout out to the peaceful protesters in Portland standing up to fascism. Those are the true patriots. Hell yeah. Big W's in the chat for Jen. Big W's in the chat for Jen. For those peaceful protesters in Portland actually standing up. Hell yeah, 100%. Yo, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We do this every night but Friday. I really, really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jen. I really appreciate that. Radstorm says, caller, seen the sniper tripods on our ice roofs? Oh no, she works day and night, but she's never noticed that. Okay. Day and night. I toss and turn, I keep stepping my mind. Jeffrey over here, another Portlander, says, I walk PDX daily. Stop lying. Disingenuous. 100%. Telling you. Stacy, caller doesn't deserve Portland. Y'all, I got peeps in Portland. If Portland was that crazy, I would know about it. Okay? If Portland was that crazy, I would know about it. I promise y'all. Okay? For real. Thank you so much, my Portlanders. I appreciate that, Stacy and Jeffrey. Delissa, thank you so much for the $10. Says, the real threat is YT males in this country who commit the most violent crimes in the United States. MAGA brain cult callers do some real research. 100%. I am much more afraid of YT males in this country than I am of any undocumented immigrant. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. Thank you so much, Delissa. I appreciate that so much. Megan said, I keep trying to find these meetings. I want to be Antifa. Where do I sign up? Does caller know? You got to get the membership card, okay? Mine's in the mail. I'm sure yours is too. Okay. I'm pretty sure that it's in the mail. It's been in the mail for, I don't know, forever, I guess, but I don't know. It's in the mail. It'll be there soon. L's in the chat for Megan. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I've heard dude, you got to watch out for those Portland. They got the drum circles. They got the vegan knitting circles. Okay. I heard there's a craft brewery. All right. That might be getting pretty wild. All right. Maybe getting pretty wild at that craft brewery. The Subaru crew. Yeah, exactly. The wild soul there. Thank you so much, Stacey. And Brian said, if you're afraid of Antifa, you're a fascist. That's usually pretty the easiest way to find out. Okay. That's usually the easiest way to find out. No, the craft brewer and the farmer's market, yo. The farmer's market's be getting wild. You got to watch out for those. Jack Frost said, I bet 100K caller was a white lady that owns the B&Bs, and how she talked, I bet another 100K she never cleaned a single one of them herself. No lies detected, dude. No lies detected. No lies detected. Straight up, Jack. I appreciate that $5 super chat. I really appreciate you. Background checks and mental health screenings before anyone buys a mask. We can't have people covering their faces unsupervised. Well, you know what? Maybe this is the truth. We're gonna have to regulate it. I'm cool. We need, you know what? 27th Amendment. Okay, the right to bear mask shall not be infringed. Okay. Let's argue about that for the next 250 years. Sound good? Thank you so much, Rob. I appreciate that. And Jen, can someone tell me when the next Antifa meeting? Oh, you're looking for the Antifa meeting too? Nobody's answering the phone in the administration, and I lost my schedule. This is very, very common, okay, within Antifa, all right? I actually used to have a shirt in my old merch shop. It said, "This is my Antifa shirt." I used to have it in there. I don't have it in my new merch shop. I'm thinking about pulling it back, but yeah, I used to have one in my old merch shop that said that actually said that. It said, "This is my Antifa shirt," just for that, because I figured. Oh yeah, I used to have the hat too, Olivia. That's right. I used to have that because apparently we're never getting the hats and the t-shirts from Antifa, so I just made my own. Maybe I'll re-release that in my merch shop one of these days. Maybe I'll re-release that in my merch shop one of these days. We'll really see. Thank you so much, Jen. I really appreciate that. All right, y'all. I'm getting off the night. It was a late start, but so I got to get off tonight. I will be back on tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central. Really appreciate y'all. Please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Tara, thank you so much for clearing off that coral too. Love you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. All right. Oh wait, there was a super chat. Sorry. She's a believer, as that former Antifa member Jesse Waters interviewed on Fox News days ago. I didn't see that. I have to go look that up. I will go look that up, Chihuahua. I really appreciate that. And I should say I'm going to make a t-shirt with a black woman in Rosie the Riveter style that says, "I'm with Aunt Tifa, confused the hell out of concern." That would actually be really funny too. Thank you guys so much for the last second super chats. I got to go watch that Jesse Waters. I got to do that. I definitely will. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful evening. Love y'all. Hope you have a good one, all right? Bye. Oh, shit. God damn it. Actually, almost bye. Lucy, thank you so much for the $10 super chat, too, before I leave. Thank you so much, Lucy. I appreciate you. Not super chat, Cash App. I appreciate that. Bye.